Part 2, we're back.
Welcome back.
So we still don't have to, I guess.
He's with us in spirit. He can hear us.
Yeah.
He just can't interact with us. He's like a spirit. All right. So you take your flyer across to the station. Once again, the station is even a lot more active than the last time you saw it. Clearly, with so many naval ships here, there's been a lot of movement of people on and off the station. There are various supply drops that other charter captains have dropped here, which are still being unloaded by dock workers, just to resupply the naval ships as required, because there's obviously no planet here to grow foods on, etc. So it's very busy as people sort of rush around trying to sort things out once you actually get off your shuttle. I'll start with you, Pondo. So you head to the main concourse of the station. Probably the first thing you notice that catches your eye when you get there is that one of the things, defining features of the main concourse, is these giant statues, or not statues, but like busts of all the famous rogue traders who have lost their lives exploring the expanse. They basically, they're all built into the ceiling of the main chamber, and they look down upon the people in the primary concourse, and you see that a statue of your mother has been added to them since you were last here, staring down at the people below, watching them go about their work.
Good, because I wouldn't cause a ruckus if there wasn't.
Well, Sans did promise you he'd get that done. And it's been like well more than a year has passed since then.
Hey, if I know something about 40K, something gets lost in the paperwork, okay?
Yeah. So you're just on your own, aren't you, by the way?
Are you asking if I'm alone?
Yeah, you are, aren't you? Because Adrian's off with Henriette, and Nero and Dawn are together. So have you got anybody else with you from the ship?
Maybe my butler, who I'm blanking on the name.
Well, he stayed behind at Scintilla. He didn't stay with you, I don't think.
Virtual kiosk. Yeah.
Oh, Kiosk stayed at Scintilla?
Yeah, I think he stayed in your estate since Scintilla. He's getting too old to travel now.
Oh, man.
We'll have to replace him like we did with the first navigator.
That's a shame.
We'll have to go to his noble buttle house and get a new butler.
Now I'm imagining that's a thing where their daily life is trained to be a butler. Okay, yeah, I guess it goes stag.
Okay, so give me a awareness test at -10 as you approach your homestead.
That sounds like a death wish for me, but okay.
Yeah, this is the moment where
okay.
Pierre gets assassinated.
And there you are. Suddenly, an orc captain comes out of nowhere on you.
So when you get to the front door, you can tell barely that there are signs that somebody has either tried to or succeeded in jimmying the lock here. Like, there are tool marks on and around the lock. It's currently closed and locked, but you're not sure whether somebody has... someone at least tried. Whether they were successful is unclear.
This is the second time my place has been ransacked, hasn't it?
Yeah, the last time it was a bit more sort of kick the door in and open every single drawer and empty the contents of the ground. It was more like a conventional burglary.
Okay.
Okay, you unlock it.
Is it currently locked at the moment, or
it is currently locked? Yes.
So they're smart enough to at least. All right, I guess I'll unlock it and go inside.
Okay, no worries.
While keeping a steady eye to make sure that I am alone in there.
Yeah. Other than the fact that it's that sort of staleness you get in a house which hasn't been occupied for over a year, everything seems to be intact. Like kiosks organized to have like all the furniture covered so that dust wouldn't form, that sort of stuff. But other than that, it's you turn the lights on and it appears to be unblemished.
Okay. I think Pierre would go probably check like the main like office room or like main, I guess, study.
Yep.
Just in case there are any kind of blemishes that he can spot. Just
Give me a search roll +0.
I have that. I'm gonna re-roll that. I got it.
Hey, okay.
Down 2.
So you find some form of listening device tapped underneath the table in your study, like a transmitter of some type.
Interesting. I think Pierre would like go step outside of his estate and then kind of vox over to, or have vox to someone who can relay the message to Ivy to come to his estate.
Okay, no worries. So that is happening. Ivy will be there presently.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
When he gets there, he essentially just wants her to see if she can trace back to where the bug goes in any possible way. That's obviously a long shot idea, but
yep. All right. Okay. Arthur and Dave. Welcome back, Dave. Wife's okay?
Hey, yeah, no, she's around. It's just, yeah, just she's fine.
All good. Okay, so now keep in mind that the people that you want to see have not been physically detained. They are still moving about the station, just under watch.
Yeah, I'm just
are you
gonna
organising with somebody? Are you going to grab someone, or are you going to organise with someone to take a group of them aside, or because there's probably about 60 people total that were involved in bringing the iconoclast back here.
We're gonna summon them all to an amphitheater, something like that, like a staging area where I can just have station guards hold them in the room while I torture each one of them one by one.
So the invitation to come to the amphitheater, what's the context of this as far as they're concerned? Just
free boat.
You see, James, your presumption that it is an invitation and not a direct order.
Okay, so I mean, what I mean
they are
is, like,
ordered to arrive.
Okay, so you're organising with the station security to sort them out to get them there.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your annual torturing is coming up.
Yeah.
Please.
It's a timeshare presentation.
It is an order to attend a follow-up debriefing based on additional information.
Multi-level torturing. No worries.
Look, I'm not going to end it by going, and while I've got this drill in your mouth, have you thought of buying a timeshare on Scintilla?
All you have to do is go torture 6 other people.
Exactly. That's the joke. Yeah. And then they torture 6 more people, right?
All they need to do is torture each other, and then they keep the torture in the family.
No. That's how we get in the entire humanity on our side, Arthur. That's how we get them
by torturing all of them. That's already the Imperium's plan, is to torture all humans for all the time. Yeah, so it's definitely not a request. It is a straight up order to attend another debriefing. And anyone that's even moderately intelligent should know that I'm going to be asking questions in probably a rough way based on the way the order's phrased.
No worries. So while you're
dress is requested to be non-uniform, casual, nothing you wouldn't feel bad parting with.
Nothing you wouldn't want to get blooded. Yeah. Please bring red uniform or brown uniform.
So while you're waiting for these people to be gathered up, you're approached by a woman, Arthur. She's wearing sort of like mechanics coveralls, and she's got like a tool belt at her hip. Her right arm is a cybernetic augmentation. She's got one of those sort of like, imagine like a bomber jacket, like with the sort of the internal fur lining, but with the arms torn off, so it's more like a bomber vest.
Okay. Do I get the idea that maybe she's into roller derby or?
Well, she has also got a bandana on. So, excuse me, are you Nero Augustus?
Yeah, just
Julius
Nero's
Bullet?
fine.
Okay. All right. She like reaches down into her tool belt and pulls out a device that she turns to show you, which it reveals itself as a rosette, an inquisitorial rosette.
Sure. What's up?
Autoxenos Inquisitor Lynetta Rez. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I've heard a lot about you,
Okay.
Mr. Bullet.
Ordo. So that's my Ordo.
Yep.
Visitor Loretta.
Lynetta. Yep. Rez.
Is this happening in front of me? Are they
Yes.
doing like an Inquisitor handshake and ink in like okay?
What can I do for you, Inquisitor?
You're an interrogator, right? According to the reports I read.
I have a broad skill set in violence.
All right. And you're calling these people together to find out more about what they encountered in the Expanse or in the Maw?
I don't trust information I haven't received personally, and it seemed wise.
All right. I'd like to help if I can. This sort of investigation is not my forte, but I do have equipment that might help. And if you're trained, it would. I think I can be of use to you.
Do I know where her loyalties lie?
You've never heard of it before.
Okay. I'm just going to straight up ask her. What is your relationship with the Inquisitor who has sent all of us here, Cassia Schrain, and to which factions do you adhere to in ideology?
Schrain is a co-worker. We haven't had a lot to do with each other. I read his files as he submits them to the Autoxenos. I've been deep cover here for a long time, so
yeah, pretty deep. Yeah.
I'm hunting a tech cult that's been operating in and around the Expanse. But as far as factions go, I'm more of a solo operator. Normally, I wouldn't come forward, just that I too have sort of sensed something is untoward on the station right now, and your reputation would indicate that you're good at getting answers.
It's true. You should know that the warp is apparently churning, according to our navigator. Something is definitely happening.
Yeah. So my specialty is rooting out heretic. So I'm more of a tech specialist.
Sure. I don't mind you assisting me in this particular operation. I just
like I said, I don't have any actual skills that will contribute, but I do have equipment that you can use.
I appreciate that. You don't mind if I report this incident to my Inquisitor then?
Of course. Train and I know each other.
Just double checking
here.
I've my time working for Inquisitors has been as tumultuous as the warp is right now. And I am navigating a minefield blind. Plus, Dawn's cool, right? Dawn's not going to tell anybody you're an Inquisitor. She's obviously she works for the Ecclesiarchy. She's cool.
Indeed. All right. So
I just throw out an Ecclesiarchy gang symbol, I guess. I don't fucking know.
I'm just like, listen, if you like family histories, Dawn is totally into that. She has several romantic lines that she's been reading lately. Very riveting, I understand.
Why would you tell anyone then?
Dawn, it's okay. She's an Inquisitor. She's used to seeing stuff like this.
Dawn just has a very angry face right now. This is like...
She says, "Can we step into my office for a moment? I need to show this to you."
Sure.
Okay. So she takes me into like a little mechanical bay, where she clearly her job appears to be working on fixing machines normally. And she gets out, like she moves a whole bunch of boxes out of the way and pulls out like a large, like the toolboxes that sort of open out when you open them up as such.
Yeah, like a fishing tackle box.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. And starts to sort of pull out pieces of a piece of equipment and start to assemble it. Have you had experience?
I didn't know that you could fit one of these inside of one of these boxes. Incredible.
Have you had experience working with an excruciator before?
Not personally. I feel like probably I've had one used on me at some point, maybe several times.
Oh, and do you have a psyker for the?
No, we're a little light on psychers. I mean, we do have some crazy ones on board we could tap if we really needed to, but they're mostly untrustworthy and useless. Okay. I'm just thinking of that one guy. We brought a dude on board to be our guide from House Nostromo, right?
Yeah, but he's like one of like several psychers that we
That's
have.
The only one I think of. It's that guy.
This is like we have Riani, we have Firemaster Bread.
Riani is Riani a psyker? She's a navigator.
Well, she's no good for psychic interrogation. Like she has warp powers, but it's not for psychic interrogation.
I definitely was not accounting her.
Well, then the guy from House Nostromo isn't a psyker either. He's just a navigator.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. All right. I go, yes, we probably have psychers on board. I just literally came. No, wait. We have that guy. No, we have the adept. We have the cool adept who I spend time playing chess with. I'm sure.
Regicide.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Isn't that Bren?
No.
Rosen. It's Rosen.
It's Rosen. Yeah. All right. I call Rosen immediately. I'm just like, hey, Rosen, I need a psyker to help me torture a bunch of people. You in, buddy?
Okay. Yes.
All right. We'll send a shuttle over for you. And 1 second. I say something like guardsman to E4 before I hang up.
Okay. Oh, yes. So you play Regicide with him? Yes.
Yeah, gotta continue the chess game.
The 4D chess game.
Yeah, he's like, oh, interesting. I'll be there soon. All right. So she instructs you. She shows you how to use the excruciator device. So this device, when employed properly, gives you a +30 on interrogation rolls.
Ooh, that's big. All right. Yeah. I'm just going to be like, all right, you're going to have to show me where to... Oh, the incredible pain. I can feel it flowing through. You know, I did hear about this guy in the future who would be subject to this once. A hero of the Imperium. He had it used on him several times during his training. No, wait. All right, yeah, I'm ready to go torture some people.
Yep.
Nero is surprisingly upbeat about it.
Okay, no worries. So you start gathering all that sort of stuff up, and she helps you move it to like a room near the
theater. Yeah. I mean, I just give a short speech to everybody there. I'm just like, look, guys, you know it, I know it. You came back from a chaos ship. We just need to ensure that you are who you are. I'm a professional. We're gonna do this quickly and quietly. It will scar you for all eternity. Fortunately, Sister Dawn is here. As you are finished, Sister Dawn will shuttle with you over to the Hand of Calixis, where you will have your soul cleansed in fire. You'll feel a lot better afterwards.
We can do it here.
Oh, we can do it here. Guys, round of applause for Sister Dawn. We can do it here. You don't even have to take the shuttle ride. We're going to get you back home in a couple of hours, unless you're a heretic, in which case you're never going home.
All right, so while you're going to set up, Adrian.
Yes.
I 100% want it to look like an MLM, by the way. Like the whole thing is basically like a timeshare presentation. Here are the 4 steps of how to get you out of this room.
Let me tell you about penny stocks, okay?
Nero's got like the mic that's like hangs around your neck and has like a little mic sticking up. So you use your hands while you're talking. Yeah,
he's full on ShamWow guy in this.
He's literally like Bitcoin.
That's it. So you're gonna go through this door over here, and
I like how we've all bonded over this common experience we've suffered during. That's the real torture, folks at home.
Adrian, so you and Henriette are on the station. You've asked around a bit, and so this is while Nero's thugs, sorry, Nero's people are still rounding up the people that have. And yeah, sure enough, you managed to locate Lieutenant Duran Zavando, that's funny, someone you worked with. He used to be like an ensign. In fact, probably at one point he was actually under you, Adrian.
Okay.
And now he appears to be a lieutenant of, or both the first officer and lieutenant rank on this vessel, or the vessel that it was. He looks genuinely surprised to see the two of you. Adrian.
Duran.
It's been a while. Henriette? She's like, hello, Durans. What are you two doing here?
Well, it just so happens that we're on duty in this area. I work for a rogue trader now who works out of the Expanse.
A rogue trader?
Yes, I'm an XO on one of his ships.
Yep. And Henriette, Captain, I guess congratulations. But so you said you're here on duty. What brings you to Port Wanda?
Well,
give me a scrutiny roll.
Sure. Yeah. This guy's trying to like pump me for information, kind of. Any bonuses or negatives?
I'll give you a +10.
Okay. Ooh,
100.
I will spend a fate point to re-roll that. It does not get okay. Well, it's still a failure, but not nearly as bad.
Yeah, I'll just say that you definitely, there's something odd about the way he's acting, but you don't get any sense of like, there's no sort of malice or anything towards you. Like he is happy to see you, but also like, suddenly very concerned. But that's about the best you can get.
Well, there's quite a bit of chaos activity in the area, and we're here to help the Battlefleet Koronus in any way we can.
Yes, you'd heard where I've been?
We have, yes.
So are you staying long, or
I can't really say right now. We're still formulating plans.
Oh well. Okay. So, hey, did you want to get a drink or something?
Sure. I would like to hear a little bit more about how you came to be here, if that's something you're willing to share.
Yeah. Okay. I know a bar near here. Let's go. So give me another scrutiny roll. This time at +20. This is a separate thing.
Okay. Oof. I'm going to spend another fate point because it's got to turn around for me at some point. There we go.
Okay. So you know the layout of Port Wanda relatively well, and he certainly skipped past several good bars. Like he's taking you
somewhere specific.
Like it's definitely it's still in an area. So it's not like he's leading you away from like the area where you would find a bar. But it's sort of like to one of the more outlying parts of the promenade, like not right in the middle of the station, but sort of more outer skirts of the area before he gets to the bar he seems to want to take you to.
Okay.
You're actually relatively close. It's like a longshoreman's bar, so you're actually relatively close to the docks at this point.
Okay.
Yep. And he goes inside and he orders like something pretty alcoholic for someone who's on duty as well.
Sure.
Like a whiskey straight or something.
Bahama Mama.
Bahama Mama. Easy on the mama.
White Russian, hold the milk.
What's the point? That'd be like saying, screwdriver, hold the orange juice.
Yeah.
Do you know how many bartenders would hear that shit on the fucking daily?
Well, it's like people who
Probably
are
a
like,
lot.
I'd like an omelet with nothing inside it.
My favorite one is the guy that orders the burger, but he's like, "Yeah, can I please have a hamburger? Hold the burger." It's like,
Just ketchup and pickles.
I want a
please.
cheeseburger, no cheese.
Certainly,
So you'd like a hamburger then for 50 cents less? No. Cheeseburger with no cheese.
I've certainly gone through a McDonald's drive-thru once and asked for a burger with no pickle, and they've said, "Do you want a spoon?" And I'm like, "What for?" They thought I said a burger with no bun. So,
Do you? Why do you want to? Why would you want a spoon?
Like
Still?
a spork or a fork would be
Yeah.
more useful.
just yes, just give me the boiled patty in my hand, please. Like,
I want the juice to drip through my fingers onto my car seat.
It
Yeah.
sounded more like it was like, okay, can I get a burger except without the buns and the burger?
Yeah. Just
I'll
you know.
have a cheeseburger, no bun, no cheese, no pickles, just ketchup in my hand, please.
just you know.
Ketchup and the onions.
Have you guys seen the pizza order that's just left side beef?
Side beef pizza. Yep. Yes. Oh man.
We had some crazy orders at Domino's.
all right. So yeah, so he sits down with you. Presumably, like he doesn't buy you guys drinks. He just,
Sure.
I guess you guys want captain salaries. He's only
Yeah.
BYO.
Yeah. I think like you know, Adrian just orders something. Not really like it's just probably not even alcoholic drink. It's just you know.
I see Adrian as an umbrella in the glass kind of guy. You know,
Sure.
like big,
Yeah.
big twirly straw.
Big
you know?
twirly straw, silly straw. Yeah.
I think it's a virgin Mai Tai. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Extra salt.
He sits down. So, I think it was almost a year ago we were sent into the Wrath was. Captain Perdose took us in there to investigate Witch Curse World. When we got there, there were a number of ships. They were all basically right beside the translation point, like they knew exactly where we'd come out. You know, guns run out, ready to attack. We didn't get much chance to see what was going on before we were in the thick of it, but I've seen the warp, Adrian. I know what it looks like. They talk about like the Cadian Gate, and that's what I imagined it was like. It was like an eye, and it looked into me from across space through the view screen. It's like it was looking at everything I was, but we didn't have time to make sense of that. We engaged, and we were overwhelmed. They put men on the ship. We were attacked. I'd seen Space Marines before, but to actually face one, to see the brutality with which they prosecute warfare, I don't know. I don't know how some of us even survived. We were disarmed. We were captured. They took us onto one of their ships, effectively some sort of slave ship, and put us to work like bilge rats, just running the ship. They didn't interrogate us. They didn't try to turn us. They just put us to work. And things that we heard on that ship, it was, I don't know if I'll ever sleep properly again, but we worked out that no one was coming for us. Then I think it was about 3 weeks ago, we noticed that there was a change in the way the guards were working, like they were getting sloppy. It gave us an opportunity. We were able to take control of the deck we were on. We got weapons from the guards. The ship itself was mostly crewed by slaves. Once we got everyone in behind us, we could overcome the crew such that it was. Like, we lost a lot of people, but I think after about 8 hours of fighting, we had finally taken the bridge. Once the ship was under our control, the others, they tried to turn on us. They, I guess, wanted to destroy us rather than have the ship fall, but we didn't have a navigator. We were just, we knew which way to point to Port Wanda, and we just had to hope that we could make it. We entered the warp, and we flew blind, and we got back.
Sounds miraculous.
It doesn't feel that way. I don't feel lucky, and so many others, they didn't make it either. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do anymore, Adrian, Henriette. I don't know.
You've been through something that no one should have to face.
He nods and sips his drink. At this point, 2 men walk into the bar. They're sort of like in naval MP uniforms, and they approach your table. Lieutenant, sorry, what's he sending an orb? Avando, you need to come with us. He sort of like looks at you like, you know what this is about.
I think Adrian just kind of nods and is like, they're going to take you to 2 of my companions. They will hopefully be able to help you.
Right. He gets up passively and starts to go with them. And like when he gets to the like the door of the bar, he's something like, because like he's complying, so they're not like manhandling around it and stuff. He's something like pushes out of their grip and like sort of rushes back towards, like tripping over himself, and he rushes back towards you, and he yells at you, "Get off the station, Adrian! Henriette, get off while you can!" And they sort of like they grab him, and like one of them like clubs him in the back of the neck with their the butt of their naval shotgun, and
one of them says, "We've got a runner."
Just flicks out the stun maul. Get off the station. Okay.
I mean, look, Nero earlier was like, "Is this a trap?" And everyone was like, "Well, probably not." And I'm sitting here going, "Definitely a trap, 100%. We're about to be ambushed."
Okay. So and then they basically like drag him away.
Yeah, they cold cock him to knock him out, basically, drag his limp form away, and Sonia sort of looks at you.
Yeah, and I think I exchange a look with her as well, like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I feel like I should get back to the whatever my ship is called. The
I've been there, James. I've been there. It's okay.
Yeah. Back to the fire.
Yeah. Yes, it's something isn't right here. I think we need to. Yeah, I'm going to
Yellow alert! Shields up.
Yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, Pierre, there's a knock at the door, and when you open it, there's Ivy there. Lord Captain, it's she's around. Nice home.
Yes,
how many rooms?
17.
It's been a little while. I don't really quite remember. I think at least 5, maybe 6. And that
Is it
many
5?
bathrooms.
So 10, 12. Okay, I can work with that. So you needed something. You need some help.
Yes, I discovered something that I need you to not immediately say what it is when you find it or when I show you.
Okay. She follows you into the study, and I presumably you show her the device.
Yes.
She switches over to rogue trader Cant. So first she says, "You don't speak binary, do you, Lord Captain?"
No, perhaps you can cheese me sometime.
All right. Well, she switches to rogue trader Cant then. Yeah. So this device is transmitting, and I'm picking up a number of other similar short range carriers in the area as well. Can you give me a moment?
Yes, please proceed.
Okay.
CSI music plays. She begins waving a wand over a lamp.
Okay, she wanders around the various rooms for a bit and comes back and says, "This isn't good. 9. I found 9 of these things in total.
Interesting.
They're all active. Wherever they're transmitting to, it's on the station. I could head out. I can follow the carrier wave. I can tell which way it's going, but I can't really determine the range from here since there's no return transmission. So I'd have to go out, move around a bit to try and triangulate. But I can work it out if you give me a few minutes.
Please, I'd like to find this person and see why they've done this.
All right. She wanders off then. You sort of sit there quietly for a bit before she comes back again. Still in rogue trader camp this whole time. So it looks like this is all heading up to the central spire. Maybe operations level?
I should pay that a visit then.
Maybe you should tell someone that the station has a bunch of listening devices pointing towards the operations deck.
I don't want to.
Sorry, are they transmitting there, or are they attempting to get information from there?
No, so they whatever's being recorded in his offices is being transmitted back to a location on the operations deck.
Yes, that's bad for you.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I want to try to deal with the matter without bringing notice to the matter, because if they catch word, they'll run away.
Just blather at them. Take all 9 of them, hold them in your hands, and start blathering as you walk.
You get there and like there's someone's like cross-eyed, just completely confused by the receiver.
I've learned so much about Arsenal soccer.
Yes, I've heard so much and learned so little.
I tell you what, Ivy.
Yes.
Round up Nero and the others, along with maybe some guards if able, and take them to where this is transmitting to. This is all in Rogue Trader, obviously. And see if you can find the person who is currently recording. I am going to be here and kind of distract as much as possible.
He's gonna do it.
He's got to commit to the bit. You really appreciate it. Plus, he doesn't want to fight another obliterator.
17 hours of talking about like the different contextual flavors and smells of the wine that he has in his house.
So this is the 34 rank from the 3rd season. You can see that it has a hint of berries.
You can tell that the soil was very well fertilized this season due to the fact that there is very heavy earthy tones within the scent that comes from the bottle upon opening. And then there's just like a
It was
As
a
like a
dry
redundant-
climate.
And you can tell it's been corked with corks from, you know.
My personal
ASMR
corker.
of like a water of like the wine being
Yeah,
poured
wine
into a
poured.
glass.
Yeah. Oh, he's
Like
definitely
the-
got to aerate it first.
This-
He talks about how the tannins need to breathe.
Essentially, he's going to take like the most boring book that he knows is in the study and just start like reading aloud and like going into the intricate details. And,
Yeah,
like,
of course, the art of the deal. I know
Yeah.
it well.
Chapter 1: The Art of the Deal.
and, like stopping in between to
Pontificate.
The sound of him like licking his thumb to like turn the page very slowly.
Oh my god. He invents the audiobook.
All right. So meanwhile, back at the auditorium, so you've got all these people have been gathered here. They've all heard your speech.
Yep. I'm starting
see,
with
like-
Lieutenant Ovando first.
Okay, well, he is brought in unconscious towards the end of your speech.
Good.
Oh my god!
and-
You know
and, like,
that
they go-
meme where there's got like the two doors of choice, but then they lead into the same path at the end. That's what this is. Every path leads
Yeah.
to everyone getting burned.
Yeah, I was gonna say, every door leads to the fire.
Yeah, like when you see this guy brought in, like one of the naval MPs comes over, he's like, you know, he tried to do a runner, sir.
Good. We're starting with him.
All right, they
Go dunk him in the chair in the interrogation room. Don,
Torture is easy when they're unconscious.
he'll need a stimulant, Don. If you could help, please.
Just slap him.
Yeah, I mean, he's not hard to be around. He's been, you know, he might be a bit confused because he might have a concussion from being cold cocked, but
That's fine.
he comes around.
Coffee, tea, nice cold beverage.
Where? Who are you?
Hey, listen, buddy. We're with the Inquisition.
Well, I mean, he's with the Inquisition.
No, I mean you're the Ecclesiarchy. I mean that default makes you part of the Inquisition.
Technically speaking, the sororities are both part of the Ecclesiarchy and the Inquisition.
Yeah.
They are the order. They are the chamber militant of the Order of Hereditors. So
I also assume that there's a one-way mirror and that Lynette is on the other side. So for this whole thing, I'm gonna be doing the first one slowly so that Lynette understands how I'm tortured. Like I'm using it as a learning lesson. I'm just like,
I imagine this is a bit where you go to like push a button and you look up just to make sure am I pushing the right button? Is this the right way to torture this person? You know?
no. So I know how to do this. I'm explaining to her how to do it.
Okay, it's more a case of using the machine, but yeah.
Yeah.
This is a learning hospital for torture.
Yes, it's a learning torture.
So effectively, what the machine allows you to do is to inflict horrific amounts of pain without actually doing any long-term damage.
Yeah.
So
I don't start with the machine. I start with some, gentle questioning, but I definitely use it towards the end. I'm just like,
There's some clansman or footman that's just like he wakes up after being tortured for a bit. There's like 5 students surrounding him with Nero being like, okay, so can someone explain to me why he passed out? And he's like, oh, you weren't stimulating his brain functions enough while you were torturing him. It's like, yes, you could say that. I was burning the nerve endings on his feet for too long. Yes, good answer. It's just like fucking.
It's like a really fucked up episode of Scrubs.
yeah. That makes me want that to be one of Nero's endings, though. It's like he's an interrogator trainer. It's the peak of his career path.
So I can let you know. So the formal 9 stations of interrogation the Inquisition use start with verbal, so asking them just questions, basically what they did. Okay, then verbal warnings, particularly about what's going to happen for the remaining levels.
Yeah, that's
level 3 is light physical torture, followed by going back to asking questions. So this can be things like burns, removing digits, etc. Level 5 is psychic interrogation. Level 6 is psychological manipulation, including things like sensory deprivation, other forms of physical torture. Level 7 is intense psychic interrogation, like where they actually like start to rip away the fabric of your mind. Level 8 is the use of drugs, like not just truth serums, but actual like pain-inducing drugs or the like, which is usually where the excruciator comes in. And then level 9 is unrelenting, continuous torture until the person either goes insane or breaks.
Where would you put Daniel Craig in Casino Royale having CBT torture? Where would you put that?
Sorry, they're
probably
doing a
like
favor.
physical
They're
torture.
scratching him.
Yeah.
That's a level 2 torture. Oh, okay.
They're doing him a favor.
That's right. He did enjoy that, didn't he? Yes.
I don't think he enjoyed it.
He did ask for more, so.
He was more
sorry
so
about that.
taunting him, though.
Yeah, I don't want to torture this guy until he's insane. I just want him to tell me whether he's a heretic or not, and whether
Okay.
everything he's told me is truthful.
So give me a interrogation roll at plus 30. Plus 40, 'cause it's base plus 10.
Sure, but in the process, I'm just gonna be like, so I heard you interrupted a date by my boy and his girl, and that's why this one is gonna hurt you a little bit more than it hurts others.
We're going straight to level 4.
Yeah. Now, be honest. This is for posterity.
It's like, you haven't even asked me a question yet.
Yeah, but like when he says, you know, crazy stuff like, I've seen the warp, I just turned it on, and I give a sad shake of my head, and then I continue torturing him. Wow, you know, see, I just want to grandstand for a second. The weird thing is that normally in a tabletop RPG, the players are like, ooh, there's no other way to get information. Guess we have to torture him. And then they're like, let me vividly describe it. And I'm like, ugh, okay, whatever. Let's just move on. Just make a roll, ask a question. But in this game, torture is literally a skill. It's expected. I don't want to go into too vivid detail here, but let's see. It's called interrogation. And I get a plus 40?
It's somewhere, plus 40.
Okay.
It's somewhere between light padding and vivisection. That's what
I would have succeeded without the 40.
Okay, no worries.
Barely.
So the impression you get from he's answering your questions.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like he wants to say more.
Yeah.
But something is preventing him from, like, you can see it in his eyes, like he's pleading with you. There's more he wants to say, and he wants to tell you, but he just can't. Like, everything that comes out is, you know, the same story. In fact, almost like by like the third time you've heard it, it's like it's the same words.
Yeah.
Even
I knock on the wall to get Lynette's attention, and I turn to Dawn and nod sadly, and I say, "Yep, heretical influence. This man's brain has been affected. What he's telling us isn't the truth. We're gonna have to go deeper." And I pull out my eviscerator glove, and I use it to press my eviscerator buttons. Do I get anything more? Like, I know he's not like, I know that the story therefore is total bullshit, right? It's been implanted in him, which is what I suspected in the first place.
Yeah. So what happens is, because Rosen is also part of the interrogation, he forms part of your role as well. So
Cool.
Effectively, like once you have gotten to this point, he does, you know, he pries into this guy's mind, and comes out with he has some sort of psychic block in here. That is, there is a whole bit of information which has been specifically locked away. There's some sort of trigger that I can't determine.
Maybe this is a bit of a MacGuffin question to ask here, James, but is there a way that I can like heal something out of his mind or something like that? Like, is that how healing works in this game, or is it pretty much like because I have like the magic healing. Is there a way that I could reset his brain to a certain state or something
it's
like
possible.
that?
It's possible. You know, you could maybe potentially heal like so this guy is actively trying to fight his programming.
Okay.
So like he like internally he wants to overcome this. So it's probably if there's anybody here that you can heal, it's probably this guy.
Okay.
If the others may have been so programmed that they, just feel normal, but this guy can tell there's something wrong with him, and he's trying desperately to get it out.
Nero, would you mind if I trade something?
I would be honored for you to do so. Can you give me just 1 second, Dom? All right, and I'm just gonna call the MPs and tell them to quietly take everybody out of the amphitheater one by one, to just shackle them and put a bag over their head and stick them, someplace more secure and less comfortable. And also send word to the fleet admiral that at the very least, the first person that I've interrogated has deep chaos influence, that they've been, a psyker has been through their mind, and that all the information that they've given is undoubtedly false, and that any operations and strategies based on it should be recalled immediately. And
all
then
right,
when I'm done with that, I'm like, please, Don, proceed. I do like watching you heal stuff. I'm a big fan of Hospitallers.
Oh. Part of what I'm about to do is less about healing and more about breaking down and then building it back up.
A 10 spade, yeah. I'm a big fan of doing that to people too.
Okay. So I'm going to attempt to basically, I don't know. I mean, hypothetically, it would have to involve some sort of fire, right? So I like to imagine that there's like a hot poker or something like that gets used here to some description, because that's very 40K, right? Like, I don't know.
I turn down the lights in the room so it's dim, so that the hot poker is the glowing rod. Perfect. I just want to help set the stage for your horrifying medical accident.
So yeah, I'll attempt to do this. What would you like me to roll? A Medicae, or is this like
So I would actually like you to make a -10 willpower roll.
Gasp.
So I have like weird stuff with willpower. Is there something that I can do to reduce this, or?
It's not so much about you. I thought about that too, but I've left it at a -10. Like, you're the only person that can roll this, but it's still at a -10.
All right, sure, I'll believe that. Yeah. Okay, so you said fellowship or willpower? Willpower, right?
Willpower. Yeah.
Okay. Did it roll?
I think so.
Don't tell me roll 20s down. Oh, there
Okay,
we go.
okay, no worries. Okay, so you go through your usual cleansing ritual.
I would can I add a willpower to this to
add a degree of success?
Yeah.
With a fate point, that's fine. Yep.
Yeah.
So what happens is, like, you start the fire in order to cleanse him, and the moment you do, the fire suddenly rapidly starts to take, and as it starts to burn, it actually burns like a foul bluish color, and you recognize straight away the taint of chaos upon this fire, and you're able to, through your strength of will, suppress whatever this is, so that the like a wind blows through the chamber from nowhere, sucking all the oxygen out of the fire, and the fire dies out. But you feel like somehow what you just tried to do to this person was something malign tried to corrupt it in order to kill him. But at the same time, like, the force of will that you've exerted has driven it out, including whatever was influencing him. And he looks at you suddenly. Please, we all need to get out of here now.
Yeah, why?
They're coming.
Who?
The demons, the chaos.
Yeah, how many of them? Give me numbers. Give me
all
all of them. You want all demons in non-existence are coming?
So he's trying to convey, like, he's in a clearly emotional outburst state, trying to convey concepts, and you're trying to get granular stuff.
I slap him in the face, and I'm like, Lieutenant, you saw something out there, and you're trained in observation. You are a naval officer. Tell me what's coming.
Okay. He sort of like snaps out of it to a degree and looks at you. They're already here. They've been sneaking people aboard the station for the last year, getting ready for this. They were just waiting on Captain Cowles to arrive.
Okay.
So at this point, wherever you guys are in the building, in the structure, you hear, like, that telltale sound of like someone like turning on like an overhead microphone, but like, that's sort of that momentary moment of feedback and the air sound that you get with the. So this is like someone's turned on the Vox link, but it's not like from the main system. It's like someone just tapped into a EWIS point somewhere, and you hear like those little toy hand cranked metal instrument player things, metal music boxes. Something starts like tinking away at the sound of "Pop Goes the Weasel." And for those of you that are in the interrogation chamber, you hear outside the sounds that could only be, 60 odd people trying to overcome men with shotguns.
But my guys were shackling them and putting bags on their head.
Yeah. I mean, it takes time to round up and shackle 60 people, and they were all compliant until suddenly now. So I mean, like, they've got shotguns there. It's not like they're suddenly been overcome, but it's just like that fight has started now.
Also, the you hear simultaneously, "I'm gonna break these cuffs," and then simultaneously, "You can't break these cuffs."
Sorry,
you don't know that? Okay, I'm gonna have to send it to you.
No, just so.
Okay. At the same time, another sound goes off over the loudspeaker, which is the close warp. Like effectively, it's a sound you would get if a vessel exits the warp too close a space within 10,000
warp proximity alarm.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, like a klaxon. Where you are, Adrian, with Henriette, like suddenly people that were just moments ago walking around doing things have drawn weapons and have turned them on like guards or the like. Pierre, you're in your chamber still, blathering away at this sound when Ivy comes over the comm, saying, "Lord Captain, I think there's something terribly wrong here."
Blaine?
Everyone's just gone mad. People are attacking each other.
Oh dear.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Outside in space, we see from the warp gate emerge a gigantic battle barge of some type, a Gloriana class battle cruiser. It's on the side of it. It's distinguishable from any other ship you've ever seen or that anyone has ever seen, because it seems to have no visible apertures, no windows, no view screens. The entire thing is a mass of armor plating and steel. On the side of it bears the logo of the Iron Hands. More
it's
ships.
Like a ship made in Imperium.
You mean the Iron Warriors?
Yeah.
Iron Warriors. Iron Warriors. So yes. Yeah. Iron Hands are here. Yay! No. Iron Warriors are here. Boo.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still yay, but
Other ships start to emerge from the warp as well, and a moment later we see like the massive macro cannon batteries of Port Wanda swing around and begin to open fire on the Griffin.
Yeah.
I mean, let me just say, James, I did prep all of the fleet by having all the navigators talk to each other. And we've continually been like, hey, something's wrong. Let's pay attention.
Yeah, because that was it. Like I think Adrian immediately went to
yellow alert.
Lucky 13 and was like, first called the Hand of Calixis and was like, hey, something's going on. Get ready.
Everyone right now is in scramble. But like, you know, there is that they had enough. Like everyone's like the ships have got their void shields up, for example.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, they've left anchor. The crew are all at general quarters.
I didn't want this Gloriana to show up and like 15 cruisers or 15 frigates are just like.
Like the scene from Rogue One where Vader's Star Destroyer jumps in and.
I didn't want
Nero and Dawn are about to fucking leave the safe room on the second course of like the hospital level of Left 4 Dead, you know? Like,
I don't think that there's ever been anybody in Left 4 Dead that wasn't in God mode that has the level of violence Dawn and Nero are about to commit.
like we're both in the room just like stretching, you know?
I mean, I'd probably just be like, Rosen, stay behind me, and Inquisitor, I hope you know how to fight. We have 4 people, and if Rosen dies, we'll just find a new one in a closet.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Oh man.
So we're going to pick it up here next week. It's going to be a pretty combat-heavy episode. I got to let you know now. So
James is like,
Boy,
we're going to fight at Zone 15, the Jericho Warp Gate. And I'm like, better get a bunch of ships. And then it's like, you get ambushed on the ground inside a space station. And I'm like, those ships, though.
So to be honest, I didn't have an issue with where you were going to be at the end of this session. Like you could have been on your ship or on the station. It's probably better for you to be on the station.
Of course, because that way we can go kill everybody in the command station. Listen, it's a tradition. We have to clear the way for Pierre to find the person who ends up in charge of the station and shoot them with a pistol.
And get those big ass macro batteries back on our side.
I mean, they are on our side, right? They're firing.
No, they're firing
shit,
on
dude.
our ship. They're shooting at our big ship, not their big ship.
All right. Yeah. Yep. Nero storms the command deck. Is back on the menu, boys.
I also love the idea that at the end of this, it's like, Dawn, I thought your ceremonial robes were white. It's like, yes, they were.
Look, I'm just glad Dawn got to help me out, okay? It's great to see Dawn doing good work in the name of the Emperor, like torturing a guy.
Friends that torture together stay together.
Can't keep bonding over this, Arthur.
Yes, we can. We've done it several times before. Listen, you get to bond with the rest of the crew over gambling. This is our thing, all right? It's our thing. The rest of them can't handle it.
You know, I just realized is that I switched the page on Roll20 to the Koronus Expanse Map, which included the more but never moved the player page over there. So you guys can see the logo of the whole game. Great. That might have helped your planning. I don't know.
No, I had a pretty good idea what was going on. That's good. That's good. You know, speaking of someone who's good, let's do the Pondra outro.
Hi, I'm Pondra.
Outro the Mad.
Yeah. I'm Pondra. We're Pondra the Mad. You can find my YouTube or Twitch. Let's Pondra the Mad. You can also find me here, obviously, on Saturday nights. And I guess some point in the future, we'll be doing the ranch simulator.
Yep. We're just waiting for Ranch Simulator to do its reset patch.
Okay. Yeah, and that's up. Maybe since now things have calmed down a bit, I might be able to do more stuff. I currently have I'd say a let's play of like it's about 90% done. That I recorded most of it back in 2018.
Skyrim.
And I was saving for when I was moving, but I never finished it because I've been busy. So I've been trying to finish that. I'm probably just going to release it all at once. And I found out recently that I was missing a whole part, and I've already deleted all the footage for that.
Oh, don't worry. The DLC for Ark on Arthur's server will come out, where it's you and me just like swaggering into the server with all our knowledge, being like, "Hey, heard you guys are struggling with dinos. We got this." What's that? You can't fish? I got you. Probably not though.
Do not mock me about the fishing. I'm still upset about that. I have a nice chair looking over this beautiful waterfall lake.
Nice.
All
actually
these
got fish in it?
dinosaurs are like, ooh, the only way to capture me is to tame me with fish. And I'm like, fuck you, dinosaur. I'll be back for your bitch ass one day. You're the end game. No, Dave, I haven't been able to fish once. I've had a fishing rod since day one.
How come you're not using leeches, bro? What's
I
up
don't
with
even
that?
know what a leech is. I had never seen no leech.
It's the easiest one to get.
I've been 10 feet from my base. Every time I leave, my Argentavises die. All right, Spoon shaking your head over there. Do your fucking outro.
I'm Big Spoon. You can find me over on Twitter at BigSpoon223. I'm also on Arthur's Discord, so you can hit me up there. I'm here Saturday nights for Rogue Trader, and then I believe 2 weeks from now will be my next episode of Solaris Nights, where me and the Hillbilly are doing a duos match against somebody. I don't know.
It's Primo and
Primo and Smash. That's right.
Smash,
Primo
yeah.
and Smash. I gotta go.
We're bringing it back. We're going old school.
I gotta go buy my new clan Stooping Hawk A for this match.
What are you, a Jade Falcon?
It's actually a Blood Spirit mech.
Oh God, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
So it's actually a Ghost Bear mech. That
Say that.
So because really a Stooping Hawk is just a Sun Bear, just with different shit in it. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I think.
Which configuration are you getting?
A, the double ERPPC.
Oh, of course you are.
Yeah,
you son of a bitch.
Look, I have the SPA for
They
it.
might as well just call this the Hunchback 2C alternative.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for Arthur to start a Protomecha League so I can join that.
there you go. Yeah, and get your EI implants and go crazy. That's Omega Tanaga's going to transfer over to that league. No, so I think the Gladiators are going to try and start doing more like intermixed matches, so we can have a little bit more interaction between the characters. So,
Hey, can I quickly share some BattleTech news?
Sure.
So Catalyst Game Labs have just put out their first multi-part plastic mech model, where you buy one kit and you can build any of the variants with like different arms, different so it's a Black Knight. So I think
the Clan Buster.
Like,
Yeah.
You can place make 4 or 5 different variants of Black Knight using it.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome. That's very cool.
Wow, they're only like 10, 15 years behind in that market.
Hey, look.
Incredible.
You gotta well, I guess you don't have to cut them any slack, but understand their situation.
I mean, some of their writers are still in 1886, so what can I say?
Oh, shit. Oh, Jesus. That's a fucking bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. All right. Yeah, I'll go out on that, I guess. That's it for me, man.
James, we're just going to keep going around the clock to you.
All right. I had a good time tonight. I'm Grimdark James. You can find me back here on Wednesday for some Cyberpunk. Back again on Saturday for some Rogue Trader. Also, Spoon and I and Rad will be joining the cast of Oath of Endosteel in a couple of weeks' time as well, where we will end that show for good. No, we'll probably be playing that.
No. I don't know though. Eric moving to Ireland may throw a wrench into the plan.
Didn't know he's moving. There you go.
I didn't know he was moving until he said he was moving today.
He had mentioned it, I think, on his Discord a while back, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And then he announced the other day that he was like, oh yeah, we're going through with it. Like, we've already been approved for citizenship and shit like that. And I was like, okay, wow, that's awesome.
Well, Dave, you're the only person that's playing in the middle of the night through until the morning hours on Arthur's channel, it seems, if Eric stays. Otherwise, I've got a new video coming out soon. If you like Space Wolves, which, spoiler alert, I don't, I'll be revealing the next step in my Space Wolf army on YouTube hopefully this week as I get my shit sorted out. Otherwise, I hang around Arthur's Discord.
Grimdark Dave, what do you got?
Hello, I'm Grimdark Dave. I run a bunch of YouTube channels and podcasts about like mech stuff, right? Yeah, sure.
Just go with your stuff. It's all porn based.
I run a bunch of YouTube channels and podcasts about butt stuff, apparently. No, not really either. So I don't know. I mean, there was a time and place about 3 weeks ago where I was like, James, tell me about those extra cool things that a cool person like myself in this Warhammer 40K universe could potentially grow into. And James was like, sweet, I'll hit you up after this and we'll do it. And then like that never happened. So now I'm sitting here being like, do I evolve before going into the next combat scenario with my dear friend?
Technically speaking, it is still after that. So I promise.
Hey,
Wow, that's open-ended.
that's true.
He's not wrong.
Hey, you know, we started with a technically correct. I guess we're going to end on it too.
It's true. It's true. So yeah, I mean, sure. I'm really interested to see how this goes. I love the idea that well, those fucking TV shows where like, or the movies where like the girl assassin spy or whatever like rips her like ball gown to like give herself more leg movements.
Yep.
And she's got like knives and shit on her legs. Like yeah, that sort of shit's about to be the next episode, I think. So, Arthur, are you ready to fight?
I don't know that Nero is carrying all of his guns on him right now is the thing.
Sure.
I feel like he might have a light load. He's
Just
carrying...
his heavy bolter?
No, I feel like the heavy bolter is the one that's not here.
All right, Arthur, time to become a real man.
How are you going to use a
start...
heavy bolter in an interrogation room? Storm bolter, sure. Yeah.
All right, Arthur, here's the story. You have a stick for torturing people that you should be using as a melee weapon in the next episode.
I have a flaming sword.
Oh, cool! We're gonna be flaming swords, bros.
I've always had a sword. I just never use it because I'm not good. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say terrible, but I'm not as good as the people who are good at it.
You're mediocre now.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was designed to take people out from 800 meters away. Mm-hmm. And by people, I mean large groups of people all at once. Just all of them.
Entire squads.
All it takes is one person with a stick standing in front of me to shut me down.
So the other question is, do you not have your rocket launcher with you?
I don't even have my Cade with me. I can't have a rocket launcher with that Cade.
He's back up on the ship.
Yeah.
Inquisitor, do you have a rocket launcher with you? If so, I need you to carry it for me.
She Metal Gear Solids it. She says, no, but I have a Stinger missile launcher.
Her arm is the rocket launcher.
She's got a digi weapon on her rocket launcher. She raises a finger and a rocket the size of her fist comes out. No one questions it.
Little did you know that Inquisitor Lynette Rez was actually Barrett.
Oh man, Barrett was a lot cooler when I was a kid.
She rips off her goofy mask. It was Barrett all along.
For my outro, I'm actually going to make it a slight intro. So a couple months ago, this show came out on Netflix called Shadow and Bone, and people were like, "Oh my god, it's so visionary and groundbreaking. The plot is unique and original." And during Arc, I decided to start watching it, and I was just like, the only thing unique about this is apparently it's set in like Russia.
Really?
Yes, every part of it.
I heard it was very preachy.
Listen. It's basically a young adult coming of age female heroine has special powers novel that I've read 15 times. The good part about it is the dude with the cane who's like, all right, we need to do a crime heist. And everyone's like, that's not going to solve everything. And he's like, oh, you don't think so? Let me explain how my crime heist will solve this problem. And then they solve the problem and he's like, now to follow up, crime heist.
Yeah.
People are like, that will never work. And he's like, oh, magic is involved? You know the way to solve this? Crime heist.
Does he actually call it a crime heist?
I don't know. But he's
the
constantly
the
using his
crows-
cane. He's like, I'm a dapper gentleman. I don't trust anybody but you. You, my crew, are my family. Except this guy. He's a fucking traitor. So he left him to the wolves. Literally. Crime heist.
The
He's
crows-
basically, he's like Chris Angel of this world. It's just like, oh, you thought you foresaw my plan? Mind freak.
Are you sure you're not watching
And then-
Sailor Moon, by the way?
and then
I'm
their
sure
grand
I'm
plan
not.
totally fails, and it just happens to wander into the right spot.
Yeah.
Hey, has anybody seen the trailer for the new Masters of the Universe?
Yeah, you know,
Yes.
it gave me some slight She-Ra power, but I was actually really impressed with how synthwave, neon 80s it all ended up being. It seems like it might be good.
Like I dig any trailer where they manage to sync what's happening in the trailer to the music that's being played.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
what they did
Yeah, it
quite
was-
nicely. So
I was sold.
The
I'm
thing
like,
about
I'm gonna
He-Man
watch
is
He-Man
that-
again.
they had me at Bonnie Tyler.
yeah, sure.
The thing about He-Man is that it's very straightforward. In the same way that with She-Ra, they, you know, like the villain would be named Double Trouble and they'd be capable of having two forms, right? The dude's name is Master of Arms and he's just got lots of weapons. Or, you know, He-Man is just a dude who's like, hi, I'm a big guy. Like, Skeletor is a skeleton.
You know the story about how He-Man came to be in the first place, don't you? Like
No,
the
I
toy
have
line?
no idea. I've basically never seen He-Man. More or
Okay,
less.
so when they were making Conan, there was a miscommunication, and they thought that Conan would be a kids appropriate
what
movie.
the fuck?
So they made a toy line to go with it, and they sort of went, hold on a second, this is not for kids. So they had the toys first, and they went and created the cartoon so they could still
To
sell the
sell
toys.
toys, of course. That's the Transformers way.
Yeah, so literally all they had was toys. Like, how do we turn this toy into a character? I know, what's his one defining feature? You know, he's got one eye. Okay, Cyclops Man. You know.
That's the best part of the early Mega Man games. Is, you know, he's Cut Man. You know, he's Wave Man. It's all very straightforward. You don't have to guess. Their name is the descriptor. Dracula, how do you work with that? What does that even mean? Sorry, Castlevania. You didn't deserve that. That's it. Does anyone have anything else to add?
Yes, I left you a present in the general chat.
Oh,
Arthur.
Jesus.
I need your reaction right now.
It's okay. It's not as good as the Fate one, but it's pretty good.
No.
That's a
Oh,
good
no.
alternative. What a horrible way to hack together two memes. All right, that's it. We're back next week. I don't know.
I think
Yeah,
so.
next week.
Sure. I mean, you never can tell with an AP Gaming Real schedule. Solaris Knight's the most accurate show so far. What can I say?
Sure.
All right.
We'll play that solo game one day, Arthur. Mark
I-
my words.
I'm so busy right now running Solaris Knights, trying to make a dinosaur happen on Arc.